This is Two Blokes in a Pod.
Hey, what is that?
The podcast where, well, it's a bit of this, a bit of that.
I don't understand.
Just blokey laughs and blokey chats.
Okay.
Whatever it is, let's get started.
So I did a thing.
Yeah, what was that, Stan?
Stan
What was that?
made a last-minute decision. So what happened was a mate of mine, he went to Coldplay on Wednesday night. And he knows my favourite Coldplay song is Viva La Vida. So he sent it to me Thursday morning.
Right.
Not to be a prick, but as like a genuine mate, like, fuck, man, I thought of you as soon as this song came on, right? I was like, fucking hell. All right. Anyway, I went home and I called my sister. I said, Michaela, look, I think we need to go. So I found, like, is it Viagogo or something? Like they're resellers, ticket resellers?
Oh,
Whatever they're called, right? And I found them. I found 2 tickets for pretty much like double the price. And she's like, oh, it's just a bit expensive. And I go, look. I go, all right. And I hung up the phone and I was like full fucking depressed, right? I'm like, so I called her back and I said, listen, in 5 years' time.
The older brother guilt trip.
I go, in 5 years' time, when we look back, for $200 extra than what they're worth, are we going to think for $200 we didn't go? And she's like, fuck it, get the tickets. So I bought them straight away. Straight away organised accommodation in Melbourne. And I said, we're going to drive up Saturday morning because flights were disgusting. Right? She goes, all right, done. I'll go, but I'm going to, we'll leave Sunday morning, She's like, all right. So she picked me up 3:30 in the morning on Saturday. She drove from Adelaide to Neil, and then I drove, there's the halfway point between Melbourne.
Oh, how's Neil?
Yeah, he's good.
Yeah?
He's a good bloke. Yeah.
Did he give you a coffee?
No, he was a bit lifeless when we got there.
Oh,
he was
right.
dead.
Okay. Yeah.
And then from Neil to, and then I drove from Neil to Melbourne, and then on the way back, I drove from Melbourne to Neil. She drove from Neil to Adelaide. But we get there at about 12 o'clock, and where I booked the accommodation was like a 5-minute walk to Marvel. It was like literally across the road in Docklands. And we went and got some merch. As you can see, I got the one with the least amount of colours possible because...
I don't know. I'm looking at your jumper and I'm thinking it's like something out of
Star Trek,
Endgame or Avengers
Nice.
or something.
Hold on. Music of the Spheres.
Music of
tour.
the Spheres.
So they're the Spheres,
Okay.
and they're a music band, right?
Right. Okay.
So we got there, went and got some merch, came back to the room, literally went to sleep, woke up at like 5 o'clock. Went to the concerts, went and saw the pre-show stuff, and they came on at 8:45, finished at 11, went back to the room, went to sleep, woke up, came back to Adelaide.
Good on you.
Yeah, I just thought, you know what? Let's just do it.
Good on you. The things we do for a good concert, huh?
Yeah, it was, I've been trying to get, I probably said it on the pod like last week, been trying to get tickets flat out on...
Well, I said before that I had a funny story, and like I actually thought I was going to be your savior.
Oh,
but I was a little bit late. So after last week's episode,
right.
The day after, so Tuesday, I jump on Facebook in my break time at work, and a cousin of mine had posted 2 tickets for Sydney concert, row
Whatever.
something close to the front, right?
Oh, beautiful.
2 tickets available. I didn't see the date she posted that, but I'm like, straight away, I'm like, hey, do you still have those tickets?
Yeah.
Like I personally texted her, not on Facebook. I texted her. I'm like,
right.
do you still have those tickets?
Yeah.
And I didn't hear back from her till that night, till Tuesday night. She goes, hey, cuz, great to hear from you. Unfortunately, no, I sold them last week. I'm like, but you only put the post up this morning. She goes, oh, no, I put it last Tuesday. I'm like, oh, fuck. Okay, well, it's only just popped up on my Facebook.
Yeah.
And she goes, oh, yeah, people are still liking and commenting on it. But yeah, unfortunately, I've sold the tickets. I'm like, oh. And I explained to her why I wanted the tickets. She's like, oh, if I knew you wanted them, I would have given them to you. And I'm like, oh, no, not for me.
Yeah.
And I explained to her what, and she goes, nah, sorry, they're gone.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, I need to confirm that she's got them before I was going to contact you.
Yeah.
But little did I know that you had already.
So I think the
Well,
tickets.
but then again, you didn't organise tickets till Friday.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Thursday night. It was. They were. I think we paid like $4.75 a ticket, and I think retail they were like $220 or $200 or something. So I'm like, it's not like it's bad, but it's not like because I saw other tickets going for $1,000, $1,500. I was like, far out.
Yeah.
And they were selling crazy for one ticket. But it was the most unbelievable. Like I can't explain in words. Like it was such a spectacle.
Well, I watched the video that you just played in full, and I heard you singing as well. It's completely ruined
The whole
Coldplay for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So please don't play that again to me.
There was actually one of the songs. Like again, my favorite song is "Viva La Vida," and I was so excited. I fucked up the lyrics.
Oh God!
And you can hear it in the video. I'm like, instead it says Saint Peter won't be calling me. I said Saint Paul. Yeah.
Peter and Paul.
Yeah, same. Well,
Same.
Yanaki, you know what I mean?
That's right.
Yeah,
That's right.
So yeah, it was a really good concert. He was very interactive with the crowd. He actually halfway through. This is Chris Martin. He halfway through. I think they were just having a bit of a break, and he came out onto the stage, and he goes, I just want to take a moment just to read everyone's signs. Anyway, so there was a couple there, and they were holding up a sign. Oh yeah, 10 years ago we got married. It's our anniversary. We danced to your song Magic.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so he pulls them up on stage. He gets 2 chairs. He sits them both down, and he plays it for him on his piano. Like, unbelievable.
Oh wow!
Like, could you imagine that? You and your wife get pulled up on stage. You're sitting there with Chris Martin, and he's personally singing you an acoustic song of what you had you danced at your wedding. Unbelievable. Things like that, little things. You know, it just made it more than a concert. You know, so
that's great.
if I could do it all again, I would. You know, so anyway, I'm going to ramble on about it, but
Very good, very good. Mate, I've got heaps and heaps to talk about tonight.
okay, beautiful.
But I'm just looking at my notes here.
Yeah.
So I was gonna open up with Coldplay because I knew that's where you were going, but you did that for me anyway.
Yeah,
So
no
that's
worries.
great.
All good, mate. You're welcome.
So, just out of curiosity, why did all the eggs break?
Oh, is this a joke?
Is that your answer?
No, I'm just asking. Like,
Why did all the eggs break?
I don't know.
Because they cracked each other up. Yeah, okay.
You know
Why
what?
not? A little bit of a dad joke just to start us off.
Okay.
Yes. Anyway, okay. We'll start. We'll start.
okay.
So, okay, massive weekend in terms of sports.
Oh my goodness.
So lots and lots to talk about, and I want to get to that a little bit later on.
Yeah.
But first and foremost, I want to talk about something that's really been bugging me a bit lately. Now, we have spoken in brief about this topic over the last year, with some guests that we've had on. And obviously that is the topic of, where Australia is heading as a society and free speech, right? The federal government recently put out this, internet or privacy law thing where, digital ID, where they're going to have the ability to, look into a little bit more about you digitally. And if you sign up to this digital ID, they're going to pretty much be able to punch in a couple of details and find out everything about you on this digital ID. It's a platform that a lot of the Liberal members of Parliament are saying it's, it's going to invade a lot of people's privacy and all that. But further to that, free speech. Now, we know that Australia is a very democratic, or was a very democratic country where everyone could express their opinion and not be backlashed for it. Over the last few years, we've seen that there's been many moments where we can't express our opinions anymore, and we're getting shut down by the majority is getting shut down by a minority on what we believe in and stuff. Now, I'm not going to get too much into it, but a controversial topic from the last few years, we'll talk about two very, very briefly. I'm not discussing the topic, but I'm just talking about the free speech element of it. Gay and lesbian marriage, right? That was a massive, massive debate. There was a yes or no referendum. Like, do you allow it to be part of the Constitution so we can change it? The definition of marriage. Again, I'm not discussing the ins and outs of it, but you could see how divided Australia became over that.
Oh, yeah,
because those that were saying no were then being harassed by that minority that wanted the gay marriage. But the thing is that that minority that said yes, or hounded the people that said no, and were very, full frontal towards those people that said no, they didn't even use the opportunity to get married. That half of them weren't even gay.
I know. Again, it should be about free speech. Now, you might say no, I might say yes, or vice versa. If that's your opinion, cool. Stick to your guns, whatever. But don't. If I have a different opinion to you, then don't crucify me for it.
Exactly. Being of a Greek background, I'm very proud of my history, whether it be modern history or ancient history. I'm very proud of it, right? I'm also proud of the fact that democracy was something created in Greece, right?
Yes.
Through their political system back in the ancient times. Democracy means that there is a opinion from both sides. Your opinion will heavily differ on my opinion on a particular topic. We can debate it. As a human being, my right to my opinion is my opinion is my right.
Correct.
Okay? I don't need to believe in what you believe in and what your opinion is, but we don't need to get into an argument or a fight or anything like that. It's democracy to discuss this as human beings, right? If you say the sky is red and I say, no, the sky is blue, then I can argue my point as to why the sky is blue. You can argue your point as to why the sky is red. Is there going to be a right and wrong answer in our conversation? No, because you're going to believe what you believe in. I believe in what I believe in.
Look, we should be able to debate topics and then go get a beer after.
Absolutely.
Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like, it doesn't... If you have a belief or an opinion on something and mine is different, completely different to yours, well, it doesn't make you a bad person. It doesn't make me bad. It's just, this is what I think.
But
that's it.
I relate, and now this is going to sound really stupid, but again, my opinion. I relate free speech and personal opinions to sportsmanship, right? And I say this because you and I can be on opposing teams, right? We could be best of mates before that first whistle. Between the 45-minute halves, the 90-minute game, we could be the worst of enemies and we will not agree on whatever happens. Like, you could make a really rough call. The referee calls it against me. I'll battle it. I'll express my opinions.
Standard.
You can be a fuckwit. I can be a fuckwit. Whatever. The
After the game.
second that last whistle's blown, right? We shake hands. We hug. Congratulate each other. Whichever way we go, done and dusted. Right?
Yep.
That's exactly how a debate should be.
Correct.
I'm going to walk into a debate. I'm going to have my opinion and my views on something. You're going to have your opinion and your views on something. Then the second we finish that topic, bang, thank you very much. I heard what you wanted to say. You heard what I wanted to say. That's it. Full stop. Done and dusted.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
It's not, my opinion is not going to affect anyone in the general community. Your opinion is not going to affect anyone in the general community. It's just my opinion, and I have the right to that.
Yeah.
Now, the reason why I'm bringing this up, right? A very good friend of mine who has been on our podcast pre-Stan the Man times, Stan Pepper Stan.
Oh, me. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, Stan, who? What? yeah. That's me.
In the early days of Two Blokes in a Pod, I had a very good friend of mine, Damien, who came on. Now, at the time, he was a chief published editor of the
Yes, I remember that
Penthouse
episode.
magazine.
Yep.
And then he's gone off onto other bigger and greater things. He recently messaged me to say, bringing Candace Owens to Australia, you got to come. I'm going to give you and your co-host some tickets and you're going to come.
To where to, sorry?
So Candace Owens is a very big right-wing political spokesperson, talk show host in the UK, US, right? And she's touring Australia later this year.
Okay.
He's bought out heaps of different people. Like, I don't know if you know the name Milo Yiannopoulos.
Yes.
Yep. So he bought him out. He's bought Nigel Farage out from the UK. He's bought heaps of different controversial speakers out. The current Labor government, Tony Burke, the immigration minister, has cancelled her visa because he believes that she has no place coming and visiting Australia. So where
Is she a criminal?
Where is the
Is she a criminal?
No, she's not a criminal.
Okay, so
she just has very opposing views to what the Labor government does.
You can't. That's so not fair and right. It's if you're not a criminal, then there's no reason why you can't be in Australia. You may have explosive different views to the current government or whatever, but at the same time, they debate every fucking day in Parliament House. Does that mean
Absolutely. So far right US pundit Candace Owens has launched now a legal challenge against Tony Burke after her visa was rejected. There is absolutely no reason why she is cancelled from coming to Australia other than her views are different to what the minister and his government are. Again, this is a situation that is not going to affect the Labor government.
No.
She's coming here on a speaking tour. People are going to pay money to go see this. It's nothing to do with the government. She can't influence anyone because end of the day, she's not coming here to talk to the general public about her views on the Labor government. She's coming here to do a speaking tour on her personal issues, her personal views.
But the thing is, if you don't want to go see her, don't pay the money.
Exactly right.
Do you know what I mean?
Exactly
so
right.
What does it matter to the general public? Whoever doesn't really believe in what she's saying, then don't go see her. If you're interested in particular topics that she has to offer to talk about, then pay your money and see her.
So Tony Burke has come out saying that he's blocked her visa on character grounds, arguing her controversial views could potentially incite discord in society, from downplaying the impact of the Holocaust with comments about Mengele through to claims of Muslim-started slavery. Candace Owens has the capacity to incite discord in almost every direction. Australia's national interest is best served when Candace Owens is somewhere else. Now, again, I argue this, that, okay, she has an opinion on that Muslims started slavery and that the Holocaust wasn't real or whatever. Again, people are paying to go see her because they are like-minded and in that sphere. They're not just going to her because, oh, hey, that Candace Owens bitch, that Candace Owens chick is coming to Australia. I'm going to buy a ticket and go. They're not going to it's not a concert. Like, not like me, like, oh, hey, I got a free ticket to Coldplay. I'm going to fucking go. Like I did back in 2006.
That's like when I went and watched Jordan Peterson speak. It was like a night with Jordan Peterson. He speaks, you listen, and that's it.
Yeah.
You know, plenty of people do things like this. So, and I'm sure he's got some controversial topics.
To cancel a visa of someone that was coming here on a speaking tour, a paid speaking tour, is like now him saying to you, you know what? I don't like your opinions. I'm going to cancel your. I'm the minister. I'm going to cancel your license as a painter, and you can't paint anymore.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Just because he doesn't like your views and opinions on certain things.
Yeah.
So I say, fuck you, Minister Burke, and your government for the bullshit that you guys are trying to cut out from society. It's not fair to Australians if the government is trying to control your opinions, ideas, and free speech. That's not what Australia is. We once were a lucky country and no longer are.
Well,
we're very controlled society.
Well, again, you could have said it started from the gay marriage vote, from the yes and no. Then it went on to later on. It went on to the COVID whole jab or no jab, and if you don't get jabbed, you get pretty much cancelled of bloody life or whatever. You couldn't do anything. You couldn't go interstate. Couldn't go overseas. You couldn't fucking send your kids to. You couldn't go to a nursing home or whatever. You know. So that was the other big thing that you were going to say, like where the government sort of fucked us around a little bit.
Oh no. I'm just like in general. I think since COVID, it's become a complete joke and a nightmare.
Yeah.
But it wasn't the Labor government at that time that it all happened. I think another thing where I'm going is I grew up in a very, very blue collar family.
Yeah.
Right? My parents were hard workers. They were labor workers. Right?
Yeah.
They were very,
chicken shops.
Yeah, like my dad came and his first few years of Australia were all factory work.
Yeah.
My mum was a cleaner. Very blue collar workers, right? Yeah. The people that Labor stood for. Now, don't get me wrong, if we go back in the 80s and 90s, Labor was the party, was the Australia we wanted to live in. Right? Hawke and Keating era, the Australia we wanted for life. Things change. I get it.
Yeah.
Politics now is a whole different ballgame. They're very, very soft leaning towards the left. I hate to say this, but I can't support ideas from that party anymore. I used to be a very avid supporter and follower growing up, going through uni. I was a very, I wouldn't say left-wing minded person because I was never that far left. But that's where the Labor Party seems to have gone now. They've gone very far left. Now, my ideas are more centre. I still am a very big supporter of workers' rights, but at the same time, I think that how would I put it the best way?
More of a common sense sort of guy.
I'm more of a common sense. So I'm leaning a little bit more towards conservatism from the middle than I do to socialism.
Yeah,
right.
Look, again, same with your family. Like my family were always in like chicken shops. My grandfather, when he came from Greece, he was working in the glass factory for like over 20 years on Kilkenny. So if you were a Greek, you would either work at Coke or go work at the glass factory, or you're an abattoir, like in the slaughterhouse. So you like one of those three things, pretty much. My ER, she was like what I'm talking about, my dad's side. She worked in a nursing home, same sort of thing. And then growing up, my family was very Labor, but then it changed to Liberal, and I'm a Liberal voter because I just find, and I might just be speaking like an idiot here, but I always just feel like when Liberals in power, everything's sort of settled, and then when Labor comes in, everything just fucks up. Like the whole ramping thing, the the economy just goes to shit. Inflation goes up. This, that. I just find that that's what always happens. And then
See, again,
Liberal come
like,
back.
I don't know how, I mean, again, my opinion, but how can we blame the government on ramping?
Put more staff. If you're going to build a fucking hospital, make it bigger.
Yeah, okay, so there's other ways around it, I get it, but it all costs, doesn't it? It all costs.
Well, of course.
But you can't blame a government, whether it be Liberal or Labor. You can't blame, because this has gone over two governments, not just the Labor government.
Yeah.
And I know that they all came in going, oh, we're going to fix ramping, and next minute, if
Ramping is
ramping's
fucking bigger
worse.
than ever.
But, you know,
Well, don't send money overseas, man.
yeah, and exactly, okay.
Don't send money
So-
overseas. You're gonna send hundreds of billions of dollars overseas to other countries.
Okay,
Fix your own backyard first.
I think, wait, I'm not against foreign aid. I am
No.
not against foreign
Neither
aid.
am I.
I do think that, you know, as a human and as society, we should
course.
be humane
Yeah.
to support other countries that are in need.
100%.
But what I get more upset and pissed off at is that I feel like the government gives more of a shit about those from other countries entering ours for a better life than the people who are born and raised here in this country and work like fucking dogs to just make ends meet. That's what I'm upset about. Again, I don't have an issue on migration. It happens everywhere, all the countries, but other countries have better policy on it. Here, I feel like they open the door. When the Liberals are in, they close the door. When the Labor gets in, they open the door and they say, come on in. Big space, lots of space, free country, come in, right? And I'm, again, not going down the racism line, but I had this conversation that just randomly popped up with a work colleague the other day. I went into a burger shop, an American burger shop, right? We decided to have a team lunch. Benny's Burgers. Fucking fantastic burgers.
Okay.
Great burgers.
Where are
Great
they?
chicken wings. They've got like 6 stores, but we went to the Woodville one, right? On Woodville Road. Amazing. Completely run by Indians.
Okay.
Now, I've got nothing against the Indian people.
Yeah.
I work with Indians. I love their food. I love their culture. I love everything about it. But everywhere you go, American burger place. I recently went to a Greek place that was run by Indians. A local coffee shop is run now by Indians. Most of the OTRs have Indians working there. I go, night walking, cleaners in government buildings, councils, little hospitals, all that, Indian workers. Do you know why?
Because
Because they come here to Australia and they don't care what the work is, they will work because they just want to work. Whereas our generation, our society
we're settled.
can't be fucked working. They don't want to work for a hard dollar.
Well, let's say 50 years ago, who were those Indians? They were Greeks and Italians.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you know what I mean?
Exactly. The
So-
jobs that our parents were doing 20, 25, 30 years ago, right? I remember rocking up from school. My mum would have food on the table for me and she'd be off half an hour later to go into the city when big corporate offices were closing. She'd be cleaning their floors, right? And their toilets and all that shit. That was my mum's job for many years of my life, right?
Because they busted their... It's funny you say all this now, like, because would have been a month ago or a few weeks ago, I had this conversation with someone, and the next sort of influx of immigration is Afghans, Indians, Asians, but again, like 40, 50, 60 years ago, that was our grandparents or parents. doing that. And again, I was speaking to my the other day about it, and she was saying, you know, your bubble did 3 shifts a day for I don't know 20 odd years.
And that,
In factories.
That's that generation. That generation now today has been replaced by the Indian people, which, again, I don't have an issue with people coming to Australia and working hard. If that's what they want to do and make money for a living, that's exactly what our parents did for us to have that better life, right? I respect that. But at the same time, these people are coming to Australia, working hard. Some are bringing money over, buying houses at ridiculous prices because they want the house over their head, right? Their own house. And it's raising the price of all the houses. It's raising the cost of living around Adelaide and Australia. We, as a country, are suffering from the price, from everything. Cost of living's gone up.
What do?
You can't do anything. That's the way things are going.
Because I'm sure, like when we
and I know this isn't happening just in Australia, but I'm just saying, like,
world, yeah.
there needs to be some sort of a government cap to say, you know what, I think this year we've maxed out.
I'm sure there is a cap.
I don't think there is, man. I just feel like, you know,
because one of my the guys at work with me, he's from Afghanistan. He's been here for over 10 years now. And he's still trying to get his citizenship. Like, it's crazy. Like, he was telling me, he goes...
Yeah, citizenship, but they can have residency.
Yeah, he's got PR. He's a permanent resident.
Oh, look, one of my mates, he came here as I don't know, very young. And he came from Italy, and he's not a citizen yet. He's got a family, kids, really well-paying job. I'm not mentioning names or... did I say what nationality he was?
Italian.
Okay, well, that's as far as I'll go. I don't want to give it away, you know, in case I get in trouble from him. But, fuck you, Spag.
Yeah, that didn't narrow it down at all.
But, you know, yeah, look, I mean, again, my opinion, I think we need to...
It's hard to say because...
We need to close the borders a little bit.
It's hard to say.
Not too much, just a little bit. Tighten it up a bit.
Look, I agree, yeah, tighten it up. But, you know, again, like, you know, we're having like a discussion. Like, I don't disagree with what you're saying. It's just, it happened with our families, you know, so then how can you stop the opportunity from the next wave of people doing the same thing? And unfortunately...
No, you know what? Fuck your opinion, you bigot.
Yeah.
You fucking bigot. I don't agree with your opinion. I don't agree with anything that's coming out of your mouth right now.
Fuck me, yeah, all right. Yeah.
Anyway,
it's
no,
just,
you're right.
It's
you're
just
right.
hard, like, because it happened for us, and now the next wave of immigrants are coming. It's like, fuck, what do? You can't, you know, 30, 40, 50, 60 years ago say yes to us, but now the next lot, you say, well, no, fuck you. You know, you're not coming in our country. It's hard. It's just different cultures are mixed throughout the whole world.
Anyway, I don't know. I actually see. This is what I love about podcasting: that we can express ourselves and we can talk about anything that we feel like talking about. Yeah. And if people don't like what we talk about, then, you know, fuck them. They can not listen to our podcast because, you know what? End of the day, it's your right to not listen or listen.
Same with the right for this lady from overseas coming to do a tour.
So,
you know?
2 things I just want to finish this off with is Labor, wake the fuck up,
Please.
Stop controlling society, and allow Candace to come through to Australia, because I think you're a bunch of knobs, and rejecting people's visas based on your opinion about their opinion is bullshit. That's not what a government does.
No.
Right?
No.
Different if she was a terrorist, a well-known terrorist, and she was going to come in and do a whole different thing. Fucking hell. Of course we don't want them in Australia. But this person is just trying to make a buck and come and talk her opinions and her views. Secondly, a very big supporter of our podcast, the Honourable Sarah Game, MLC, One Nation member of the South Australian Parliament, has reached out to me during the week
beautiful.
and said, hey, I'm doing another international men's event on November the 19th, which is a Tuesday. And I would love you guys to come along. Here's the link to tickets, yada, yada. So I'm going to post some info on that event. I would love people to buy some tickets and support her and her cause. It's at the Norwood Football Club at 6 p.m. on Tuesday the 19th.
Well, maybe might be able to get her on before the event.
Yeah,
and have a bit of a chat.
I did ask her if she could come on, so she said she'll try and organise something.
Okay, that's good.
Maybe for the next episode. But always great for her to reach out, and well done to everything that she does. Very big supporter of men's health and men's mental health. So absolutely love what she's doing in Parliament.
Beautiful.
Should we?
I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is
Blokes T-Shirts.
Wow, what a bloody weekend.
Now, can I just get the depressing stuff out of the way?
You have the floor.
What?
I want to talk about it.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it.
Man City lost.
I know.
This was a perfect opportunity
I know.
for us to progress.
I know.
And do you know where we're currently sitting on the table? Fifth.
We're lucky we didn't get sixth.
Fifth.
We're lucky Tottenham did us a favour, mate, and held off Aston Villa because then we'll be sitting sixth.
Team of the week, Tottenham. 4-1. That was a crazy win.
I respectfully cannot agree with you on that because I can't. Tottenham, I just can't do it.
I know. I am against Tottenham just like you are. I get it. But
Big Ange got the job done.
Big Ange completely destroyed Aston Villa on the weekend. And hands down, I think by far was probably the only entertaining game of the weekend. I thought Liverpool were done and dusted at halftime of their game. I stayed up and watched the first half and I go, yep, you know what? They're fucking losing this game. They're playing like shit. So I went to bed because it was a very late night for me. And yeah. So Saturday night, I stayed up to watch the Arsenal game.
Yeah.
Halfway through the Arsenal game, the Formula One sprint race started.
Yeah, I was watching both. Yeah.
So on my iPad, I had the Arsenal game. On the TV, I had the race.
That's what I did. After the concert, I came back to the room. Boom, my iPad and my phone.
All I'm gonna say is I felt like Arteta was a 3-year-old trying to play chess. I felt like he completely was outplayed in strategy. Mind you, our players looked flat as fuck and did nothing.
Very flat-footed, especially in the first half.
But fuck me, man, that was a horrible game to watch. And I actually don't know if I want to watch
frustrating.
the rest of the season. Like, that's how frustrating it was.
Very frustrating to watch. It's like, guys, you can play so much better than this. Like, the last few weeks, it's just been very painful. Very painful.
Very.
And I understand, like, we got bad luck with suspensions and injuries and all this sort of stuff. I get that. But we have a deep squad, okay? So we should be able to work around it, manage, and all that sort of stuff. And I just feel like, the substitutions, the tactics are just not quite there.
I'm just trying to bring something up. I don't know. I was gobsmacked. I was gobsmacked. I don't know where to go with it. Like, yeah. Here we go. Okay. So 4 yellow cards on Saturday night to 5 yellow cards in Newcastle. 4 yellow cards. We had Mikel Merino on the 56, Timber on the 66. Jorginho just came on, literally just walked on the park and then got a yellow straight away. And then Kai Havertz on 90+7. Fuck me. Honestly. Like, yeah. And then how's these changes? 61st minute, putting Mikel Merino on for Shizenko. Like, I thought he was having an okay game.
Who'd you say? Shizenko?
Yeah.
The fuck is that?
Alexander there.
Zinchenko.
Zinchenko.
Oh.
Fucking hell.
I'm trying to think. I'm going through my brain's ticking.
And then taking, bringing Zinchenko, you know,
Zinchenko.
bringing him on for Merino. But then taking Martinelli off to bring on Nwaneri because he performed in the game during the week.
Yeah.
Right?
You got to reward him, I guess. But
and then taking Trossard off to bring Jesus on. Jesus did nothing.
He's done.
Nothing.
He's done, man. We just got to get rid of him now.
Taking Timber off to bring Ben White on.
That's all right.
Taking Partey off to bring Jorginho on.
Bad idea.
Yeah. We are struggling without Odegaard. Struggling.
Yeah.
I have to say, one of my standout players for us on the weekend had to probably be Rice.
Yeah.
Rice was very controlling.
I would agree.
But fucking that goal that they scored, I saw it live, and I thought, how the fuck did we let that one?
Yeah, it was just.
We just were very flat at front.
It was disappointing to watch. It's like because you know that they can do better, you know, and for them to sort of dish that out it was very disappointing. Yeah, I don't know. Let's have a look. EPL results for the weekend. We had more matches. All right, so we had. So obviously, Newcastle beat Arsenal. Liverpool at 1-0. Liverpool beat Brighton 2-1. Ipswich and Leicester City 1-1. There was a red card for Ipswich. Bournemouth and City. Bournemouth won 2-1 against City. So again, yeah, what you were saying before. A missed opportunity for Arsenal. But a cousin of mine made a good point today or yesterday, and he said, you know, I think it was at this point last year, or maybe in a couple of weeks' time, we were 11 points ahead of City. So anything's possible. Southampton, well-deserved win over Everton. Benny Stewart be happy about that. You know, that win was coming. Forest, mate. Forest.
They are fire.
They are
absolute fire.
They're mate, 3-0 against West Ham. West Ham aren't like, you know, they're not a joke. And for Forest to come up, mate, good on them. Awesome. Wolves, Crystal Palace 2-2. Big Ange's side beat Good Evening. His side for 4-1. But a surprising one. Man U Chelsea 1-1.
1-1.
Mate, I'm telling you, sacking that manager is probably the best thing they've done in the last 2 years, mate.
Yeah, but I think that
Ten Hag was horrible, man.
Ten Hag is horrible. Well, for that team, he was horrible.
Yeah.
I just think he couldn't connect with the players. But I just personally think that Man United need to just go the rest of the year in a rebuild phase. Could they potentially do better? I don't know, maybe. But yeah, time will tell.
Well,
Time will tell.
Chelsea are on fire, man, and for Man U to hold them up, it's got to say something. And Fulham and Brentford are tomorrow morning at 6:30, so that'll be an interesting game too, I reckon.
Fulham and Brentford.
Yeah. Oh, what were our picks? Do you remember what our picks were last week?
Oh, you know what? I noted
write
it
it
down.
down.
I noted it down, and I didn't bring it tonight.
Oh, it's all right.
Yeah. Should we do another one for next week?
Okay. All right. So we have Wolves versus Southampton. Wolves home ground. Who do you think? Maybe jot them down on your phone,
Okay, done. You call it out, and I'll
call it
jot it
out.
down.
and we'll put our tips in. So we got Wolves and Southampton. You know what? I'm going to go Southampton.
Southampton,
Yeah, over Wolves. Wolves home ground. Who are you going to go?
Southampton. All right, hang on. I'm just going to go Stan, Southampton, and then I'm going to go Val. I'm going Saints as well.
Yeah. All right,
Yeah.
good man. We got West Ham and Everton.
I'm gonna. Is that at West Ham's home ground?
It is.
West Ham had just had a pretty shocking defeat.
I reckon they're going to bounce back.
I reckon they're going to bounce back at home because they didn't play home against Nottingham, did they? It was at Forest home.
It was away. I'm going to go a draw.
Yeah.
Yep, I'm going to go a draw.
Nah. All right. You go. All right. Hang on. So you go. Draw. West Ham, Everton, and then I'm gonna go West Ham.
Okay. We got Brentford versus Bournemouth.
Oh, I reckon the Bees have got that one.
Oh, Brentford, yeah, for sure. Yeah, they got them. Crystal Palace, Fulham. I'm going Fulham. It's at Crystal Palace.
What did Crystal Palace do last week?
Crystal
week?
Palace, they drew 2-2 to Wolves.
All right, so you're going Fulham.
Yep.
Okay. Yep.
Brighton versus City.
I'm going to go Brighton.
I think I am too.
Yeah, I'm going to go Brighton.
It's at Brighton's home ground as well.
Yeah, and they've been playing really good football lately.
Yeah.
So Brighton, yep.
Liverpool, Aston Villa. Liverpool at home. I'm going Liverpool.
I think, yeah, the Reds have got that.
Yeah. We got Man U and Leicester. I reckon Man U are going to get up. Van Nistelrooy is coach at the moment, so
Yeah, all right.
I'm going to go Man U for that one. Forest and Newcastle.
You know what?
That's a funny one, isn't it?
It is a funny one. Is that at Forest home ground again? Is
It
that?
is, yeah.
2 in a row?
Yeah, they'll probably have the next two.
Shit. Okay. Purely because they're riding a high at the moment, I'm going to go Forest because I honestly do think that Newcastle were just a little bit lucky in that win against us.
I reckon it's going to be a draw.
Okay. All right. Draw. Forest game. And I'm just going to go Forest.
Okay. We got Tottenham and Ipswich at White Hart Lane. Yeah,
Hands down, that's Tottenham.
Spurs. Yeah. And then the last game of the week
Us.
versus the Blues. I reckon Chelsea are going to get us.
The way that we're playing, fuck yeah.
And it's at Stamford Bridge too, so
Oh, is that an away game?
yeah. I reckon Chelsea have got it.
We were away this week too, so yeah, that's
Yeah.
and plus we've got Champions League this week.
Yes.
So
It's at Inter?
yeah,
Yeah.
Inter Milan. I think we're going to probably fail miserably against the Blues.
Okay, and what's the score for the Arsenal games?
3-1.
I reckon we're going to lose 2-1.
2-1.
We'll score first, and then
All
they'll put
right,
two
so
past us.
let's go Chelsea 3-1 and Chelsea 3-2. 2-1.
2-1. You want 3-1? I want 2-1. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. All right.
Anyway,
Done.
so I'm glad we got that miserable bullshit out of the way.
Yeah. All right. To the fun stuff.
Mm-hmm.
To the most exciting weekend that I have witnessed this year in the F1 calendar.
Right. So this morning, I call you first thing.
I saw your call, and the first thing I said to you is, shut the fuck up. I haven't watched it yet. Don't want to talk.
And I was going to...
And you were about to open up. I felt it in your voice. You were about to open up with
Fucking
fucking
Verstappen.
Verstappen. I felt it. And that's why when I saw your name pop up, I go, Monday morning, race was on this morning. He's going to ring me to discuss the race. Now, normally I would already have my answers ready to go, but it was a fucking 3 a.m. race and there was no way I was getting up after the qualification and sprint and all that, late nights as well. God damn, that was a really rough time. Really fucking rough times.
They were complaining. See, I didn't watch I watched a little bit of the practice.
So
were they
practice and
peaking about the bumpiness of the track?
Yep. So practice and sprint qualifiers were phenomenal weather. Great sunny day, just amazing. Bumpy. But brand new laid track. So the track's the same, but they laid the asphalt again.
How can they fuck that up?
Completely fucking bumpy. Like, I don't know what the fuck they did, but it was worse than it was before. So you could tell by the way you, if you were watching in-cam videos.
Yeah, it was crazy.
They were bumping as fuck, right? Actually, towards the end of the race, Alonso said, I'm hurting a lot. My back is really hurting from all these bumps, but I'm going to finish the race purely because I owe it to the engineers for putting my car back together, right? So it was a crazy race. Now, as we said, so the qualifiers for the sprint and all that were Saturday morning our time.
Yes.
Very early morning. And I watched the replays on that on Saturday morning.
Right.
The qualifiers for the actual race were meant to be a few hours after the sprint race, right? That got delayed because of heavy downpour. It was like a fucking flood out on track, right? Water everywhere. It was just ridiculous. So they moved that.
You know what was buzzing me out? Look, when they had like, say the camera was like facing the track but to the left, you couldn't see any of the cars coming through.
No. If you were watching in-cam videos of cars.
Crazy, eh?
It was just white clouds in front.
That's nuts.
How the hell they do that at high speeds?
So they were saying, I think last night, about Russell, that they were saying that he could do, so he's actually done the Brazilian Grand Prix with his eyes closed. So you literally, it's all memory. There's no way, how could you see in front of you? He's done it with his eyes closed before.
Wow.
I'm sure it was a simulator, not literally.
But I just want to, so let's just bring this up. So F1.com. Oh, shit.
So I've got the sprint
F1.com.
qualifying results. Is that what you're looking for?
Results. 2024 season.
Just go to results at the top and then go down to the race, and then you've got sprint qualifying, sprint grid, sprint qualifying, starting grid.
All right, so the sprint
qualifying.
So no, the results.
Okay.
So the results for the Sao Paulo Brazilian Grand Prix: Lando Norris, Oscar Piastri, Charles Leclerc, Max Verstappen, Carlos Sainz, George Russell, Pierre Gasly, and Sergio Perez. So that's the top eight that get points in a sprint. So 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 points, right?
And it looked primed for McLaren, eh?
Oh, my God.
It looked primed.
How amazing were they in that sprint?
They were doing well.
And the thing is, Oscar Piastri got pole for the sprint, and he was instructed to give the position to Lando. Now, I don't know what the fuck 1 point difference is going to make, but it shits me that they did that. Anyway, that's team play. That's the way that Formula One works, right? It's a team sport. And just going back on last week's conversation, the World Championship drivers and anyone in the top 3 do not get financial benefit from FIA for winning the championship.
So the individual doesn't.
The individual doesn't. The money is all in, and I'm going to get to that in a sec, but the money is all in the Constructors' Championship, right? That's why they say F1 is actually a team sport rather than, the driver themselves.
I'm sure they get a kickback.
They
from
get a
the-
bonus from their team.
yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. All right. So that was the sprint. Now, you would think in any normal situation that the sprint, and if the qualification for the race was cancelled, they would go to that sprint start, that sprint finish, and go, right, this is what our grid's going to be. There was conversation that qualification may be cancelled and they're going to go straight into a race. Did you know that if they were to go straight into a race, right, that the starting grid would be based on the last practice session?
Practice.
Yeah, the last practice session.
So that would be Norris, Russell, Bierman, Piastri.
Yeah,
That is stupid.
yeah. And Verstappen was all the way down in the bottom somewhere.
Verstappen. Oh, fuck, 15th.
Yeah, so
I mean, and then he would have been 20th.
correct.
Yeah.
Now, Verstappen got a 5 grid penalty
Penalty?
because they changed his ice, the part of his engine.
Was it was it a gearbox?
Yeah, the internal combustion.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So they changed that. Now, when we go to
Why do they do that?
why?
Get a penalty for changing a part? Because they get a pool, don't they? A pool of parts.
Yes, correct. And it fell outside the pool, so it means that they've changed that part multiple times throughout the season. And they had to use a new one that wasn't part of the pool. So in that pool, you can use an engine 1 week, take it out, leave it in the pool for another race, because some of those engines are better suited to different tracks.
Ah, gotcha.
Right? So every engine has something different to it in terms of what it can do.
So how many engines would they have in a pool?
There's 4.
So
Four
four
in
of
a
every
pool.
part. So 4 of like a transmission or gearbox.
Yeah.
Four
Yeah.
of everything.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's not like say the front wing or anything like that as well, or
No. We're talking internals.
what's that?
We're talking internal parts.
Okay, so
Internal, not external body parts.
Yeah.
We're talking internal engine parts.
okay, so like anything like fenders and shit, that's not included.
No. No.
Because you damage them all the time.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, okay.
That's right. So it's the engine parts and the amount of set of tires that they have per race.
Really?
Yeah. So tires, like you'll notice that in a race go, oh, he's got another set of tires available to him, or they've run out of set of tires, because they've already maximized the amount of tires they've used on soft, medium, hard compounds and stuff like that.
So how many tires can they use a race? Like how many is available to them, or is it through a season?
No, through the race. It changes per race depending on the length of the track and the amount of laps that they need to do. So each race has a different one, but they are the same set of tires they have to use from free practice to qualifying to the race.
No shit.
Yeah, and you'll notice that sometimes in qualification, someone might start out on mediums or hards if it's a dry day, and then what they'll do is when they get into Q3, they'll completely swap over to softs because they're the fastest
grip,
compound.
yeah.
So yeah, it's a pretty fucking full on thing.
And the harder tires are the longevity. Is that right?
Correct.
But is that the only?
But the harder tires are also the longest to warm up. Whereas the soft tires instantly warm up and you can fly.
And they're
you
not
can
as-
do a fly
and
track.
they're not as grip-
That's why
grippy.
Ricardo, for example, on his last lap, they got him onto soft tires just before he ended the race,
So he can get the fastest lap.
fastest lap.
But they last fuck all.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can only get a certain amount of laps out of
time.
that. So, entertaining race. We had Lando Norris on pole position. So, starting grid. We
George
had
Russell was
Lando
pretty-
Norris on pole position. George Russell second. Yuki Tsunoda in third. Esteban Ocon in fourth. Liam Lawson in fifth. Charles Leclerc in 16th, Alexander Albon in 23, in seventh,
Yep.
Piastri in 8th, Alonso in 9th, Stroll in 10th. Now,
How fucking Stroll got there is beyond me.
can I Oh, and Sergio Perez again didn't qualify. And
Q2.
Max Verstappen didn't qualify.
Okay, but hold on. That was a bit of a
Yeah,
fuck
so
around.
very controversial moment there.
Yeah.
And the reason why is because Stroll is a malacca. So he crashed out. It took 40 seconds for the stewards to red flag. So in that 40 seconds, Lando completed a fast lap, completely fucking out-qualified everyone. Verstappen was matching his times, but wasn't close enough. And then they called the red flag. He had to abandon his lap.
That is such bullshit.
Complete bullshit. And people are like, oh, here come the conspiracy theories. Oh, everyone likes Max and sucks his dick and rah, rah, rah. I think it was a load of bullshit. I think they fucking purposely did it.
They either
The mafia completely fucking...
they either let everyone finish their lap or no one finish their lap.
Yep, correct. Correct.
You know what I mean?
Now, so McLaren did well in the sprint. Stroll is a malacca, but I think we also have another malacca of the week this week.
Who's bigger than him?
Well, this week, I have to give it to Lando. The comments he made post-race.
Please enlighten me.
Okay, here we go. These are some of the comments. It shouldn't... Now, this is in regards to the red flag in the race. So when... who was it? Colapinto? Mm-hmm. When Colapinto crashed, he crashed on the actual track itself and was blocking passage for the cars. So complete fucking crushed car in the middle of the track. That instantly is a red flag, right? Comments made by Lando. It shouldn't have been red flagged. That's his comment, right?
Yeah.
So the way I see it is you take a gamble. So it goes, it shouldn't have been red flagged. You take a gamble and it's paid off for them, as in Red Bull.
He
It's
said
paid off for them.
It was like no skill.
It's not
all
talent.
luck. Yeah.
It's just luck.
Yeah.
That's what he's saying,
What a
right?
wanker.
Colapinto was on track and was crushed to pieces. My luck of the week goes to Lando.
Norris. And you're a McLaren fan, aren't you?
I love fucking McLaren. That's my number one team. But Lando is a big crybaby. He's a massive crybaby. Yeah. How do you call that just luck? Now, we're talking about... Now, I've got some stats here.
Strategy,
okay?
man. Strategy.
Max Verstappen. He went from number 17 on the grid. Number 17. He dropped because of his penalties, right? He went number 17. His laps got deleted in qualifying.
Yeah, it was bullshit.
Right?
Yeah.
Then he redid the lap, and he was on a fast lap. They called a fucking stupid penalty. He didn't even make it to Q3. Yeah. First time ever he hasn't made it to Q3 this year.
Him and they said something. Him and Hamilton not making Q3 first time ever.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Right? So, didn't make Q3. Now, gets into the race. In the first lap, goes from P17 and moves up 6 spots.
Yeah, crazy.
6 spots, right?
Crazy.
Stan.
I'm hearing you, Val.
We're saying 6 spots in the first lap.
I'm hearing you.
By the 6th lap, he was in the points.
8th? Was he 8th? He went into 8th?
He went into 8th position.
Yeah.
By the 11th lap, he was in the top 3.
He's beast.
Right?
He's a beast.
Then came the first lot of pit stops.
Yep.
Lando and Russell, who were leading at the time, went in. It was Esteban Ocon in lead.
And
by Verstappen second. Then came the red flag.
The best thing. So you can go change your tyres.
On a red flag, all positions stay the same. And you can pit whenever you want. You can change your tyres. You can do whatever you want. That won't be taken away from it won't be taken away from your lap time. Right?
Why is that?
because red flag means you have to completely stop in the pits. Like all cars have to pit and stop in the pit lane, right? So
it's
while
not
they're in the pit lane, the team can
do what the fuck they want.
Yeah.
So but that's not the same as what happened to Lewis in 2021, is it? That was a yellow flag, and they allowed him to the lapped cars.
If it's a single yellow, you can overtake. If it's a double yellow, you can't overtake, but you can still race.
So the single yellow is only at that corner, at that turn.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yep. And then a double yellow means that that someone's gone off track.
Hold your positions.
Right. Hold your positions and wait further instruction. Red means complete halt to the race.
Yeah, but in where Max Verstappen robbed Hamilton in that, is it 2021? Was it
21 championship. Yeah.
Right. What was the difference there? Because it was a safety car, they couldn't overtake, but the lapped cars had to go back around.
I have to look into that. I can't remember exactly.
Yeah, it was
I can't remember exactly.
Ago. Okay, but yeah,
all right,
anyway, so they changed their tyres, red flag, hold positions.
Now, by the time the race restarted, 2 laps later, Verstappen does this immaculate overtake. On Ocon.
Oh, how
on the
good was
inside
that?
lane.
How good.
Oh, my God. Then, from that point onwards, 17 straight fastest laps.
Is that incredible?
Fastest laps. Stan, do you know what this means?
No, I don't. Tell me.
He was dropping seconds each lap.
Well, yeah, there you go. Ocon finished 19.4 seconds behind him.
Now, that's my next point. He won the race by 20 seconds, right? And then this is his comment. Where is it? I've got it here.
I couldn't find that interview. The one that you said today?
Oh, here we go. In his press conference after the race. Excuse me, I have a quick question. I appreciate all of you being here, but I don't see any of the British press. Have they had to run to the airport, or did they not know where the conference is?
I couldn't find
and
that.
And then
Where,
Pierre Gasly jokes and says, yeah, he's got a point there.
So was that on the F1 website? You know how you got the videos on the app?
I got it off the news website.
Okay, I got to find that. That's a cracker.
Because he literally just shoved his fist up someone's ass.
Yeah, Norris.
And said, fuck you. No, it's not towards Norris. It's more towards the bias from Sky commentary where, you know, they're trying to...
you know what I'm saying? The British boy, Norris, is in the podium, so they
Norris,
fucked off.
Russell, Hamilton, all those guys. Now, Hamilton... Oh, my God. Did you see the video I posted on my Facebook?
Of...
Hamilton driving the original Senna car from the 90s.
Yeah, that was brilliant.
Fuck, how momentous was that?
Yeah, that was brilliant.
Oh.
And then his sister, Aunt Senna's sister was there too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was nice.
His family was there. Oh, just a beautiful moment.
Yeah.
But, you know, and this is a quote that I really love, right? This is an Ayrton Senna quote. You cannot overtake 15 cars when it's sunny weather, but you can when it's raining. And what that means, that quote there means that when it's raining, every single one of those cars is equal.
Yeah.
Is equal. Now, we're talking about now, I'm not a Max Verstappen fan, right? Never have been, but I am a lover of the sport. I love Formula One. I love everything, right? Mate. I have to give credit to the man for going from 17th place to winning that race. And when I saw the official qualification starting grid, I said to myself, guaranteed this fucker is going to do something exciting and win this race. Guaranteed. I said this after the qualification. I'm like, there is no way he's going to stay out of the points. He's going to win this race. And lo and behold, I watched the replay today. after your phone call this morning
What I say to you, I go, all I'm going to say,
is fuck wow.
wow, and you will never predict the podium finish.
No, I didn't expect two Alpines to be on P2 and P3.
Yeah, it's crazy.
What the hell?
Yeah.
Gasly and Ocon.
Bravo.
Wow.
Well done.
And going to Constructors' Championships now, right? Did you know that double podium has raised them up a level
Yes.
and potentially
Is
will
it
give
an extra 15 million?
$15 million.
I did hear right.
Extra $15 million for jumping Haas. Man, if they hold that position,
Well,
they are going to have extra dosh to spend next year.
Yeah, but Haas have been doing all right, eh?
Haas they've had a terrible weekend.
Yeah,
absolutely.
they did.
So Magnussen didn't race at all this weekend. He got sick, and they poured in Ollie Behrman,
Yeah, I saw that.
and Ollie had a cracker first day out.
Yeah.
Completely fucked it the rest of the weekend.
Yeah.
But man, what a race! It was phenomenal. I absolutely loved that race.
Is Kimmy gone?
Kimi who?
Raikkonen?
Daughter.
How long ago was that?
Man, Kimi Raikkonen's been out for at least 5 years now.
Was he?
Fuck yeah. He hasn't been around for a while.
You know why? You know why? I don't know why I thought I'm such an idiot. Because I always like going and, on like the F1 TikTok page, there's always shit of him. There's just always shit of him.
Okay, yeah, no.
Give me the steering wheel.
Do you know who was at the race today doing the post interviews, the top 3 interviews? Rubens Barrichello.
The fuck?
No shit.
Wow. Okay.
No shit, because he's obviously Brazilian.
Yeah.
Oh my god! I'm like, oh my god! Oh, dude, I've been collecting those Formula One cars, and I'm seeing all the old legends in these, like Alan Prost, Coulthard, Schumacher. I'm like, oh, those were the days, man.
Schumacher.
Those were the days. But well done to Max Verstappen, who has extended his lead now by 62 points.
So what are we saying today? If he
So
just
basically,
wins,
he just needs to end in front of.
just on one race.
In Vegas, he needs to end up on the grid in front of Lando, and he's won. He's won the championship. Okay. There is no way he can catch after this weekend, or no, the next weekend is in 2 weeks. So Vegas is the next race
In 2 weeks.
in 2 weeks. Yeah, and if we go to results, here we go. 23. We want to go to 23. Oh, why is that taking me back to 19 fucking 80s?
I've got a 23 here. Where do you want to go?
23, United States. Okay, so Charles Leclerc. won
Vegas?
that. So Vegas, he came third in Vegas last year. Charles Leclerc.
Who did? Verstappen? He finished first.
We didn't race result.
Race result 2023, Las Vegas.
Oh, what the fuck? Oh, shit. I clicked on the wrong one.
Max Verstappen won.
23, Vegas.
And Perez was third.
Oh, okay. So Verstappen, Leclerc, Perez, Ocon last year. Stroll the Malacca fifth. That's going to be a big one. So where did the McLarens come in that one? Oscar Piastri. Oh, wow. Lando Norris didn't even finish the race.
10th. And did not finish.
It's going to be a big one.
Nico Hülkenberg.
It's going to be a big one. I'm very excited for Vegas. Very good race. And perfect timing too, man.
What time is it on?
It's a 3:30 p.m. race here in Adelaide. So it's a Saturday race in America, and we're getting to watch it live 3:30 p.m. on Sunday. I reckon we should do a Two Blokes party.
What date is it on? 'Cause I might be in Sydney, my friend.
What are you doing in Sydney?
Me, the missus, Michaela, her partner, and Nick's sister and her partner. We're all going to Sydney for a few days.
Oh, just a multi
Double
partners.
date.
Yeah,
Triple date.
quad date. 20.
Third?
What the hell?
Is it 23rd? Because I'll be in Sydney.
Schedule. Oh, Vegas. Yeah, 21st to the 23rd.
Damn it!
You're away.
I'm away.
Well, you're going to have to find a pub to watch it.
I'll just go to the casino.
Yeah.
When is
So Sunday the 23rd at 3:30.
I'll be back in Adelaide. I'll be back. Wait, what? Oh, Sydney. Here we go. Trips to Sydney. Sydney back here. Oh, damn, I'll be back here at 7:10.
Yeah, okay. You're going to miss it. You'll probably watch it in the airport.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, that's my Formula One wrap up for the week.
That was fantastic.
Great.
It was a good race.
Yeah, great race. Oh man, I'm glad that the next race isn't stupid times. But I mean, I look at the next race you've got Friday the 22nd at 1:00 p.m. is practice 1. At 4:30 p.m. practice 2, and then on the Saturday practice 3 at 1 p.m. qualifying at 4:30 p.m. How fucking good is this? And then the race is 3:30 our time on the Sunday.
What about
But
Qatar?
nah, the week after the last two
early
races are
mornings?
fucked. Yeah,
In the Middle East?
yeah. So Qatar's very early.
Oh, 2:30 in the morning.
Very early in the morning, and then the last one, Abu Dhabi, is like 11:30 at night. The race,
Oh, that's all right.
yeah. So I might watch that one. But yeah, that's my Formula One wrap up for the week. We don't have Formula One for a couple of weeks, so yeah.
Devo.
Next Monday is my birthday.
Is
so don't know.
Maybe doing a Tuesday one.
Yeah, we
Next
might do a later in the week episode. Because fuck knows what I'm doing for
41?
Yeah, 41.
week.
Mm,
Yeah. All right then.
that's it.
Have a good weekend, guys. A week.
Don't forget to follow us on all our socials.
Yeah,
Two Blokes in the Pod.
Get a T-shirt.